Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen. to Saturday night Master Tier matchups here on VRML 1, and oh man, hold on, I gotta do this right because I'm quoting the great Illidan. You are not prepared, right? That's how he does it. Illidan, if anybody knows the reference, you get extra points, and if you do know the reference and you think it's a corny reference, I don't care. It's a fantastic reference. But oh man, speaking of Titans, although Illidan wasn't actually a Titan, Project Mayhem versus Wrath here, and it will be Project Mayhem on the right here, Wrath on the left. iBlood Sports there, Link 1, Essen, Check.Norris, Essen, my old teammate. And Project Mayhem there on the right. They're in blue. It's going to be Palace, B-Love, Vanzi, and a fourth player just dropped out, apparently. I believe that was, who is it? The Law? Is the Law? I believe the Law is here in this one. It's not going to be Dinosaur Nuggets, whoever that might be. As you can see on the other roster there, on the stream. Negative. It has been Wrath on the left and Project Mayhem on the right for a hot minute. Yeah, when we first got here, yes. But what's going on, chat? I don't know if you guys are ready for what we have in store for you here on Channel 1. Although we are starting immediately with a delay, which is not fun when we got all these back to back to back to back like this. Fortunately, we'll be following Project Mayhem, this one and the next. And in the next one, Palidore and DocEducation will be taking over the reins on that one. And then after Project Mayhem and that's Project Mayhem and Synapse. So that's the next game. So right now we have Wrath, Project Mayhem. Then we'll have Project Mayhem versus Synapse. And that'll be DocEducation and Palidore bringing you that one. Then after that, we have Synapse versus Kang, which is a game I am looking forward to. And that'll be me and NightFiree. And then after that, to finish us off, at least finish me off for the night, Ethereal versus Kangorillas. And that'll also be myself, SirDimwi, with NightFiree. And So Much for Subtlety will be running the cameras all throughout because he is the man. And there are so many games tonight. You know, this is one thing I hate about these kind of the early stage of development, because there are so many games like at the same time that Ethereal and Kangorillas are playing. You're gonna have High Voltage and Ignite may or may not be casted. Gen Z and Aurora may or may not be casted. And then right after that, Rusty Robots, Technique, Dusty Bunnies, Inverted may or may not be casted. Those are all Diamond tier matchups. Aurora still undefeated, High Voltage, Ignite right behind them. I mean, there is so much Echo Arena, so much high level Echo Arena going on right now. And it's just amazing. And there's the law. The law has returned. They have been informed that they can start when they are ready. So we should get started here any moment. But this is, I mean, this is just, you know, yeah. So what's going on, chat, as we get ready to go here? I see a lot of Caesar in the chat. Love the Aurora guys. I presume you do. I would presume so. Starts Salty Tortoise there. On another team, Corrosion, right? Isn't that your team, Salty Tortoise, Corrosion? You guys are still undefeated, last I checked, which is insane, pushing up. Your game, I'll tell you right now, Salty Tortoise, I will tell you right now, your games next week are going to be the real test. I'll tell you right now, your games next week, that's when you're going to know. Those are going to be your test. And I hope, do not hold me to this, I hope I can cast at least one of them, but we'll see. I have been keeping an eye on you guys though. And Unsound asking Dimwi predictions. Oh, you know what? Since this game has not started yet, we will go ahead and start a prediction for this one. We'll leave it on for 5 minutes here. We'll do it for the whole game. That is Project Mayhem in blue. That is Wrath. There, we'll have it set for 5 minutes. And there you go. Well, no, wait, hit the button now. There you go. Predictions have begun. And I'm about to ping these teams myself because we need to get started. And I've been informed somebody's using the restroom right now. Okay. All right, so we should get started here anyway. I did not need to know that. You may be Salty Tortoise. It could be. It's hard to predict though. It's hard to predict who's going to play who. It is, but I could. No matter who you play, there'll be the real tests of if you guys are going to push up to that top level, maybe get into that first Challenger Cup. But here we go, finally getting started. We're kicking off Wrath versus Project Mayhem, and it is Project Mayhem getting the touch first, but immediately a stun. And Link 1's coming away with it. Link 1 sending it in. B-Love picking it up. B-Love, I've called him a proper OG in the past. He really is. Sending it in. Palace there to pick it up. Palace 1v2 sends it in. Dr. Pocket. That's all. That's all I got for that one.
9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4.
So now it's going to be Wrath here with this joust advantage. After that first goal there from Palace, putting Project Mayhem 2 points on the board. Essend with it, sending this one forward. Essend up there to Link 1. Link 1 sending out a cross. Hits Chuck, not Norris, but Vandy with the save. Sending it out. Now picked up by Palace. Palace sending it through mid. Taking a few bounces there, bouncing up to the ceiling. The Law almost gets a hand on it, but just out of reach, I'm going to bounce into the bubble where it will be picked up there by Essend. And for anyone who has ever been curious how to pronounce Essend's name, that is a correct pronunciation. It is Essend. Do not misquote me. And ooh, Vanzy with a ridiculous recovery. I was almost gonna curse. Sends it in. Project Mayhem suddenly up by 4 here. And a smooth ride and send Asande. No, but you're close. It is Essend. It's not Esend, although he will not correct you. I white knight for him. It's not Esend. It's not Essend, it's Essend. Essend. As in SND. Essend. Am I not allowed to curse? I wouldn't say not allowed, but it's generally discouraged, and I don't disagree with that. Although there's no, like, I wouldn't get fined if something slipped out or anything. You know, I wouldn't get in too much trouble if it was an accident. Link 1! Ooh, pass to Chuck! And Chuck is going to send it in for the 2. Wrath is getting the first 2 on the board here in round 1. 2 minutes in, cutting that lead down to 2.
11, 10,
Khaleesend, father of dragons, defender of goals.
6,
Except that was Chuck, not Norris.
4, 3,
You know, Chuck, not Norris doesn't get wet. Water gets Chuck, not Norris. That's the Law handling here on the near side wall. He's got plenty of room at times. He's going to walk as far as he can. What a pass over there to Palace. Palace not able to handle it. And now it's going to turn over there. Chuck, not Norris, coming away with that one. Chuck sending that one up. Vanzy picking it up, though. Turnover. Vanzy back up to the Law. The Law doing some moves. Sending it in. Oh, what a setup there. But Palace not able to get that one in. Now bouncing into that near side. Almost into that near side, too. But the bounce is not favorable. It's going to be back in the hands of Project Mayhem. Sending it up to Vanzy. Vanzy with it now. Vanzy doing some jukes. He's going to get stunned out by Chuck, not Norris. Looking to send this one away. Does get it away. They're going to try to get this one chained down. Nobody, everybody overshooting, and then a slap there. that was some funny business. Essend sending it up there to blow. Sports. Setting it in, but Vanzy with the stop. And Palace with the slap, sending it back towards mid, but not out. You do that, Salty. No, I'll do the same thing. Actually, I can't. But this one, ooh, what a chain there. B-Love comes away with that one, getting that one cleared out. Towards mid, bouncing into that trap will be picked up by Sports. Sports sending this one in, gonna hit Link 1. Ooh. Actually, checking out Norris with it now. Checking out Norris, sending it down to Link 1. And now the Law coming away with that one. So not able to broach this bubble. Project Mayhem has shut down their bubble here. Now Link 1 with it. Link 1 sending it across, looking for Essend, but Palace with the read, and then Link 1 trying to recover, hits the post. Now out of the bubble once again. Project Mayhem is not letting Wrath do anything right now. They're now cleared through that near side tube, all the way down into the Wrath zone. Link 1 trying to get there, and it will ultimately be iBlood Sports picking it up right there in the hands of the Law. Who's gonna punish? Yeah.
8, 7, 6, 5,
Chuck Not Norris can slam a revolving door. By the way, I do have the that whole thing up. If you want to sneak words, cast the shout outs, all that stuff, it is up. I won't, I might not be immediate with it, but I will see it all. So if you guys want to utilize those channel points, do your thing. Test your skill, test my skill. Vanzy, Joker Train, bringing it in. Vanzy's over here planting a garden.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
All right.
The round has
Wrath.
begun. Orange
League 1. Essen. Busted. Disc is loose. The law. Wrath bubble. Chain race. No chains. Too many stuns. Sports. Far side. Intercepted stuff by B-Love. 3-on-1. B-Love. Hydrate.
11, 10, 9, 8, 7,
And that is my
5, 4,
NFL casting for you.
2,
Wrath with this joust advantage.
teams entering the arena.
Sports, near side two, better check out Norris. Check out Norris, sending this one in deep. Gets Link 1, Link 1. Moving in, sending it across. What a pass! What a setup! That
12, 11, 10, 9,
round of applause.
7, 6,
Round of applause after that one. That was amazing. That was beautiful. Guys, what a highlight. Jeez, oh man. Essen, put that on your permanent record, dude. Oh, that chain is quick. Not quite quick enough, although, wow, they sent out both of those. But just after they got those stuns, those passes away, no way. Oh, I was gonna lose my mind. I was gonna absolutely lose my mind. Link 1, you almost blew, like, just, my head would have shot off the shoulders if that had gone in. Like, I can't get over how close that was. You should see I'm animated right now. I'm talking with my hands. You can't see that, but if you could, you would be laughing. You would think it was funny. The law sending that one through that far side tube all the way down into the hands of Chuck Not Norris. Chuck with it now. Under 3 minutes to go here. Wrath still down by 6. Long shot there from Link 1 off of the post. Link 1, man, you're gonna give me a heart attack. You got to make one of these. I don't mean that maliciously. Ooh. Almost a good read there, but the law gets a hand on it, but now it's going to be iBlood Sports. iBlood Sports with it, sending it into the bubble. It's going to bounce around there towards the goal, but the law handling it cleanly. It's going to get that one sent out. Does get by that backliner all the way down into the Wrath zone. 2:20 on the clock. B-Love picks it up. B-Love sends it in. Skadoosh. You're not wrong, Smooth Riding. You are not wrong.
6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Wrath with the shouts advantage, currently down by 9, under 2 minutes to go here. Not out of it yet. Well, not out of the round yet. Certainly not out of the game yet. The match. Vanzy. Uh-oh. Okay. B-Love picks that one up. Sends it all the way down. A couple of bounces there. Sports picks it up. He gets stunned out. That chain is too quick. Palace with it now. Ooh, he gets stunned out. Stuff there by Chuck Not Norris. Chuck trying to send that one out. Link 1 is going to pick it up inverted on the floor ceiling.
Throws it way down.
Tries to send that one out. They were already chaining for that one, but that bounced off favorable. Vanzy with it. They have a 3-on-2 right now. That chain is taking too long to get back. They do get back. They do set it out. Link 1 coming away with that one, trying to send that one away. Bouncing it off of the wall. It's going to go quite low the goal, but a flat bounce off the back wall. Good stun there. Sports with it. Sports. Plants it. Hits it. Sends it in. Wrath. 6 points on the board. Still down by 7. That is a minimum of 3 goals.
7, 6, 4.
Not technically out of time, but man, are we on that line? This is going to be Project Mayhem. What's his joust advantage? Vanzy sending that one over there to the law. The law sending this one up to mid there to B-Love. B-Love now with it. Looking for that cross pass to Palace. Palace covered by Essen. What a pass. What a pass. No way. I'm annoyed at how beautiful that pass was from Beloved Palace. And that was a Palace shot. That was such a Palace shot. That's what he's known for. Those underhands from below the plane, the bottom half of the plane there. 12 seconds left in this round one. Project Mayhem will take it, waiting on that final score. Maybe one more opportunity here. The Law trying to pick this one up is gonna self-pass it, sending it in. Beloved not able to handle it, and that'll be the end of round one. Project Mayhem taking it 15-6 as I was going to hit the buttons and make everything happen there on the cast, but I'm not right on the cameras. There's nothing for me to press. So wow, what a first round there. And yeah, as Smooth Red says, these Master Tier guys are lit. I agree. And Peanut says, I just realized I was playing with the Law and Palace before this. Yeah, Palace is a great dude. I don't know, and that's not to say the Law isn't. I don't actually know the Law that well. But I've played with Palace a lot over the last few years, and he's probably one of my favorite people. I mean, just, yeah. When is the first relegation tournament? It's the end of week 6. Still not sure which day it's on at the moment, but it's going to be that weekend. So the Saturday, Sunday before the start of the second cycle, week 7. So many shooters in this game right now. See, you say that, Smooth, but the number of goalies that have cropped up, of real talented goalies. Dude, Aldwin the other day, like Aldwin was always good for his level, good for the number of games he played. But you know, there was still room to grow. I watched after watching him the other week, bro. He's fine. Dude's good. I almost cursed again. He's good. Aldwin is solid. He's a good goalie. Is he? I hope he's watching. He's probably not watching. It's probably for the best. You know what? I make ego monsters all the time. Aldwin, nobody clip this and send it to Aldwin. But he's a great goalie. I knew he was always good, but he is absolutely fantastic. Exactly where he needs to be. I mean, really. Yeah, that would be fun, wouldn't it, Apchu? Oh, Rocker. See, Salty Raccoon knows what I'm talking about. I gotta be careful what I say. There has been a pause here. We do have an extended break in this intermission. Which, unfortunate, but see, here's the thing. So typically, I would be much harsher about the delays and all that because, you know, when we've got, I think it's the first time I've ever done 4 games that are all 30 minutes apart. But the reason we're comfortable with this is because, as I said before, we're going to be with Project Mayhem for the first and second. We're going to be with Synapse for the second and third, and we're going to be with Kang for the third and fourth. And Broman, what's up, dude? Broman, familiar with some of these players here on Wrath, as the timeout has ended. Smooth Ryan points out that is Dim Bro. That is my brother in the chat. Everyone treat Broman kindly. He's actually a really awesome dude.
4, 3, 2.
If you get to know him, you'll treat him with kindness anyways, because he's just that kind of guy. That is going to be a headbutt there from Wrath. They are able to pick that one up. Actually, it might have been a pass over there to the tube. I believe that was a set play. Leak one, ducking one, but not able to get away with the second. Vanzi picking that one up here for Project Mayhem, sending it through that near side tube. Palace there to pick it up. Empty goal, sends in the shot, just wide. Now bouncing out of the bubble. Chuck, not Norris there on the far side, picking that one up. Chuck looking to send it out through that far side tube. Actually sending it up to Essen there. Essen sending it in to Link one. Ooh, that was close. No, Sports trying to track that one down. Actually, Chuck with the slap there to S. S bringing it in. What a stop by Vanzi. Now near side wall, a bit of a brawl for it here. Actually going to be iBlood Sports coming away with that one somehow. Sports over to S, and he's going to hit it for the 2. That's our first goal of round 2. Wrath is going to take that early lead. 52 seconds in, going up 2-0.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Rockdoor, I literally made a video that featured that exact thing. Unfortunately, it's no longer on the SirDimwi YouTube channel. I had to clean that up. It's going to be over on another YouTube channel that I'm slowly getting everything shifted over to that had copyright claims on it. Anyways, B-Love with it there, far side. Sending it in, hits Palace. Palace near side. Look at that. Wrath is refusing to leave the bubble. Project Man is refusing to attack without it. Checking on Norris, bounces out. B-Love stuns him out. Vanzi gets the lane. Brings it in as the goalie is stunned out. That was who was that causing all that trouble in the goal? I believe that was the Law. I believe that was the Law, just causing chaos there for probably Essen in the goal. So Sports with it immediately down there to S. Essen sending it up. Ooh, the Law, open goal. Hits it. 2 minutes in, Project Mayhem have taken a 3-point lead. And that's how you have to do those. I was in a pub earlier, and I was playing with, I believe it was a level 46. No, this is level 50. But a newer player, he's not in VRML. And we were chaining down after a disc. The defense was right on our tails. They were just getting back to the goal. I shouted at the kid. He's probably an adult. I shouldn't say kid, a dude. I said, shoot it. He did not hesitate, shot it in, hit the 3 as the defense was just getting to the goal. I was like, dude, that's what you got to do. You can't hesitate. Check on Norris. Doesn't hesitate as the goalie is coming out. For one reason or another, leaves that lane open for just a moment, and Wrath has tied it up.
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3.
Nova Lux with the jokes. I don't know who that was aimed at. That's kind of a funny joke. Vanzi sending that one down. Looking to go to Palace. Not able to handle it. It's loose now. Far side link one there to pick it up. Gonna slap that one back. Takes an ugly bounce, gets it back. Actually checked on Norris with it now. He gets stunned out there. Well, he didn't get stunned out. He stunned out B-Love. Disc loose once again. Slapped away. Gonna be down into the Wrath zone, into the Wrath bubble. Near the Wrath goal. Wrath now getting back. Overshooting a little bit. Touching it there was Essend. But he gets stunned out. Palace with it now. Palace sending this one up. Hits the Law. The Law cutting in. The Law sending it in, but Sports there with a good read. Gonna send that one away. Bouncing around far side there. Essen picking it up. Essen gonna send that one through the tube. Right there into the hands of Palace. They have no lane. There's no shot on goal right now as, who is that back? Sports is playing very far back. Actually, yeah, there's Sports playing in goal. I forget. Sports was a fantastic goalie. B-Love sending that one into the Law. Sports is a really good goalie. The Law down the Palace. Palace getting stuffed there by Chuck, but right in the hands of Vanzi. 4 minutes off the clock. Still tie game here in round 2. The Law with it now. The Law sending this one in. Oh, Essen picking that one up. S is going to get this one cleared out through that far side tube all the way down. They're going to chain out for this one. And a bouncing Palace, but it's going to be in the hands of B-Love now. B-Love sending this one up. Hits the Law. The Law immediately inverts. Sends this one across. It's Vanzi at mid. Vanzi with it now. Under pressure by Chuck. Sends it across. The Law picking it up. The Law juking. Jukes 2. Not going to get by iBlood Sports. He gets that one sent out. Vanzi able to recover that one, though, here for Project Mayhem. So Project Mayhem still in possession, although no. Link 1 picking that one up. Sending it in off the ceiling. Hits that cloud walk. Sports picks it up. Sports up there to Chuck. Mishandles it. He was going for an ender there and lost control of the disc. That is unfortunate. As plenty of time here for Project Mayhem. Long shot. The Law. He's going to put it in for the 2. They're going to take a 2-point lead here. 7-5 as every single player on Wrath was getting stunned out downfield.
8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2.
Just over halfway through round 2. Project Mayhem in the lead. Essen sending it through up to Link 1. Ooh, intercepted by Vanzi. Pansy sending it out. Gonna be the Law. Gets the stun out on Essen. Comes away with that one. A couple of stuns. A bunch of stuns. Palace getting this one sent up there to B-Love. B-Love bringing it in. That's it for the two. They've got a 4-point lead.
12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6.
Is Vacant still here? Vacant, say something if you're still here. Wrath in possession. Sports loses the hand on it. That headbutt is not favorable though. The bounces are not favorable. Oh, is Vacant's not here anymore? Did he leave? Shoot. The Law juking. What? That was a thing, and B-Love gets it in. What happened? Was that an accidental grab by B-Love? I think it was. 'Cause I don't think he was looking there. Watching the replay.
9, 8, 7.
Maybe it was. I don't know. I don't know what happened there.
3.
I really don't know what happened there.
Teams entering the arena.
So it's going to be checked out Norris near side tube. Getting through mid. Sending that one up. The bounce, though, not what he was looking for. It's going to be the Law picking it up now. 3 minutes on the clock. 6-point game. Project Mayhem did take round 1. So if they win round 2, game is over. Vanzi picking it back up again. Has Palace on his back. Up to the Law, far side. The Law looking for that cut pass to B-Love, but he was far too covered there. He had one orange player on his back as he was also taking out the goalie. So miscommunication, presumably. He's chucking out Norris. He's going to get this one cleared out into the Mayhem zone. They're going to get a player down there first. Who is that? That is Esonde taking the shot. That one's going to bounce off the post, and the Law is there to pick it up. Oh, Vacant is here. Okay. Long shot! Ooh, off the corner of the edge of the pyramid there. The cone, excuse me. Palace with it. Palace bringing it in. Planting it as everybody around the goal there is getting stunned. Project Mayhem gonna go up 13-5 with 2 minutes to go here. Wrath. Time to turn it on. Down by 8 points. It's a minimum of 3 goals. They have less than 2 minutes to do it. That's not how you do it. Whoa! The Law tracking it down, gets it. The Law looking for Ascendant under assault. Gonna send this one back to the back line there to Vanzi on the reset. Vanzi pulling Chuck out. Sends it back up to the Law. The Law sending it across there to Palace. Palace looking to send it in. Off the backboard, goes high and wide. Now in the hands of Link 1. Link 1 using his rotation invert. His roll, in fact. Link 1 gets it back after that 4-dimensional pass. Sends it in deep. Hits Chuck. Chuck looking for a lane. Sets up Sports, who gets stunned out. Great read by the goalie. Minute to go. Minute 8. Vanzi with it. Sends it through. Wrath very quickly running out of time. Vanzi. Block shot! Ladies and gentlemen, that is what we call an ice. Project Mayhem are going to take this game, waiting on that final score. They will beat Wrath in 2 here. As that one's sending across. Vacant, I'm trying. S with it. Ooh, stunned out. Palace coming away with it. Palace clearing it through. Gonna go off of the wall. The Law, long shot off the cone. Now Link 1 with it. Link 1 looking to send that one out. Hits a block there, the root. Slapped away, gonna go all the way down into the bubble there, bounce careening around. Now handled by Link 1. Link 1 over there to Essen. Ooh, off the post. 6 seconds to go here. Will be picked up there by Sports. Sports sending it in, looking for one more. Picked up by Link 1. He gets stunned out. Vanzi is gonna get that one cleared. It will be Project Mayhem 16-5 at round 2. They will take the game 2-0. Vacant, do I have your permission to carry that over? Actually, I'm not going to be in the next one. So, yeah, I'm not going to try to force it. So we'll go ahead and give you those points back. What a game there. Project Mayhem going to take that one in 2, 16-5 in that second round. And look at that. Look at those. Look at those. Look at the stat board, man. Everybody contributing. I only see like 4 zeros total. That's wild. So we're gonna. I'm gonna check channel 2 here right quick. See if see what they got going on over there, because I know Palidore was gonna be jumping on channel 1 here with DocEducation. Looks like channel 2 has finished up. So all right, we're gonna get out of here. Move on to the next one. It's gonna be Project Mayhem versus Synapse. You'll have Palidore and DocEducation here for that one. So do not go anywhere. Stick around. We're gonna be right back.
All right, hello everybody. Welcome back to VR Master League Channel 1 in your day that is just chock full of master matches here in North America. Got 4 in a row on Channel 1. We've got another one on Channel 2 happening at the top of the hour, maybe ever so slightly delayed perhaps between Illumiduty and Spaghetti. We shall see. We got a lot of matches for you, I'm excited to say. And on the desk, casting desk, I'm Palidore, being joined by DocEducation here, co-casting, and so much for subtlety, continuing to cam for us. How's it going, Doc?
Amazing. Third match I'm casting today, and I think I got one more up. In the flow of it, we got Mayhem and Synapse, Master Tier, 2 amazing teams. Mayhem coming off a win just a few minutes ago, so couldn't be more excited.
Yeah, absolutely. Synapse and Mayhem, both here in the Master Division. For Synapse, definitely a impressive showing so far across multiple games. They are at an evened up record currently, and they're the team also who took Joker, Championship Team Joker, to a 3rd round, which has only happened 7 times. Fun fact, in regular season play since Season 1, so for the last year, basically. And definitely an interesting story to follow. But meanwhile, here on the side of Project Mayhem, another team that I've gotten to stream several times as of late, and they've also been very fun to watch. Their team play is immaculate, passing, and their speed as well. That the Palace and Vanzi and the Law and B-Love, all of these players, they got the speed, they got the team play, and that's what you can expect from rosters like this. That said, round 1 is now ready to begin. So let's get it going. And to Twitch chat, thanks for joining. So first round joust is going to be underway. Snagged up high by Caption. As I see Dimwi in there in the chat, will be joining back later on. Back pass here to .com. And yeah, fun fact, mic I'm using is in fact the quadcast that you see there in the stream ads. But that said, over to B-Love on Project Mayhem. They're going to send it clear across to .com for the interception. And into the offense, 30 seconds in, trying to work in some rhythm for Synapse.
Captain working his way along the geos there, passes it to Zach. Zach, with them, just barely missed the pass. And now it'll be scooped up by B-Love, who will attempt to clear it through. And it will be cleared through. The stacks are getting stunned out, though, and so the disc will bounce loose for some time, and that will allow .com to pick it up on the back line for Synapse.
I think, anyways. Just, he had it, then he dropped it, and then he was kind of waiting, almost wondering, where's the defensive stacks? And eventually they came as .com gets the disc into the left tunnel, and they work it up the floor. The Law trying to contest at said tunnel across the bow tie, a bit beyond the reach of Caption, couldn't really make a leap at it, so will instead be taken here. Zach, a good shield once, and now a good grab from Caption. Caption, who sends it over to Mamba, and Zach backing it out. Might have had an opportunity, and now opportunity lost as it goes to Vanzi and cleared back to .com.
Mamba now with the disc, working his way along the ceiling inverted, passes over to Zach. Zach with the shot into the goal to bring Synapse up by 2.
All right, first couple points, and finally got it to go after a minute and a half of play. Into the chat, see FMJ, full metal, no, sorry, fork metal jacket, as we established earlier. Becoming season VIP, so I'll get that to you as soon as I can. But with that said, thank you for doing that. The Law now with a disc, a couple fakes before just squeezing one barely to Palace. Palace backing it out. This is some very tight woven passing in the midfield, eventually resulting in a turnover, however, as the pressure was indeed too much. And Caption sending it with a bouncer to the left lane where it's going to be taken now, perhaps by that stack, trying to contest it, but instead, actually, it will go back into the midst of Palace.
Mayhem now with control, working his way back. Vanzi holding it on the shield, not under any pressure, letting the play develop. Passes to B-Love. B-Love working his way, looking for a pass under pressure. In pressure, the disc is now bouncing on the wedge, and it'll have to be tapped loose, but the Law picks it up, but now stolen by Mamba, and now it will be Synapse looking to control the disc.
Yeah, kind of low scoring thus far as the stacks will collect. There's Palace and the Law. Mentioned how devastating their speed has often been on teams, but just as well. Oh, backboarded here, and B-Love puts it home. Maybe not the intention, but definitely the results they intended, and it's a goal for the tie.
So minute plus it's taken for both of these scores so far. I imagine the scoring is going to pick up as we move forward, but really great work so far.
Absolutely. See in the chat as well, Smooth Raiden, Mighty Quinn, Saluna 22, Kung, Steel Skydiver, Novalux, SirDimwi, and a lot of faces, familiar faces that I just streamed yesterday, in fact, so good to see you guys. And maybe this shot's about to be seen, but no, it's out of the zone. B-Love, as well as in the midfield Palace, able to collect that one. Now gathering a stack with Vanzi, but firing off and looking for that collection with Zach. Zach couldn't really find too much of an angle, and maybe I take that back because it does bounce away of .com, who gets it over to Caption, and they're going to slow it down again.
Caption now passing through to Zach. Zach does make the clear, but the stacks aren't together, stunning out in the background, and so the discs will be loose. Who will get there first? It looks like it will be, yes, Synapse working their way. The pass, though, now stolen by Palace, and stolen again, and tapped again by the Law. So several changes of hands, and it will be Mayhem who have an advantage now.
Almost had the shot as well. They still may yet. There's Vanzi trying to get to the backboard. B-Love was in the area. B-Love is stunned. So the Law is going to go to the backboarded one. And they find themselves with the advantage, 4-2. I'm very, in a way, surprised at the pace, the scoring pace, that is to say. Both teams not able to find too much rhythm, but a lot of that because of just some heavy pressure. You can see an awful lot of action taking place in the midfield.
Synapse now working it. Caption passes over to .com. .com back to Caption. Caption back to .com. .com on the back line. Passes through the right tube. It goes straight to Zach W. Great pass. Zach looking for Mamba. Mamba inverted. Passes back to .com. .com over to Caption. Caption working his way. Bounces off the ceiling to Zach W, who will clear it back to .com. And they will look to establish their attack. .com taking his time, not under any pressure. He's got Zach on the left. He opts for the pass in, and it'll be picked up by Zach. Oh, off the ding, and now it's loose, and off the wedge. It will be .com now picking it back up, passes it back to Caption. Caption in space, kind of floating there. Zach W back on station, passes over, but the disc will be loose, and it will be picked up and now cleared out, but now bouncing on the top of the ceiling. Caption now recovers it again for Synapse.
All right, and back at them again. So I'm noticing some of these passes for Synapse. The thing is, they're trying to play kind of a patient offense. They're resetting to the back line a lot, but 1 second, because the shot might be on the way, but dinging off. The thing is, Synapse, they're taking a slow offense, but then their passes are really long before they're even pressured, and that's resulted in kind of these unforced turnovers getting back to the hands of Mayhem. So it's kind of a mismatch almost. Of the way they're going. But right now, that shot was maybe going to go, but Zach denying it. Had some great saves as well last week in some of those matches. I know, because I have a video coming out probably tonight of it. But that said, over on the other side, it's going to be snagged, and there's the shot. Caption lighting that goal up. And they take the 1 point advantage of maybe some stability will be had after this.
So just like that, a 3 is scored, and Synapse now taking a 1 point lead. Really low scoring game with only 3 minutes left to go. It could be just a score or two that could decide this game.
And now opening it up to the Law. The Law sending it over, but .com is going to be there in the area. Not a problem on the snatch, as he will try and gather those chains. .com splitting off. There is a couple, but instead they're going to get trouble from the side of .com, blazing through. The communication's not quite there, so needing to be careful here, as it will be taken by Caption after a stun on Palace and going to the high trench. And that's going to bounce kind of wildly, but maybe into the goal. Will be recovered eventually off of some stuns from Vanzi. Vanzi sending it over. Caption's in the right spot. Palace is in a better spot. That is a good save. A great attempt here, but the island now, the little nugget block, well, getting in the way, unfortunately, as the Law takes it over. And now eyeing down the defense, trying to opt for a back out, see if they can get a better look.
Alice now working his way along the ceiling, passes over to the Law. He's got space. He opts for the pass, or was it a shot? I'm not quite sure, but anyway, Palace now picks it back up, and Project Mayhem will reset. Passes along the floor. The Law, but stolen! Saved by Caption and cleared out.
Caption doing some work, and that is even very close to a goal, but just being snagged by the Law around the barrier as it gets sent out to the opposite side. The stacks again coming in hot from Synapse as well. B-Love and Vanzi trying to contest this if they can, but some great pass work now being shown in the midfield. And this is kind of the passing that you want to see, you know, closer together and trying not to force necessarily these half-court clears. That said, though, that one does take some bad bounces, and it will go to B-Love. And now B-Love trying to find some control, down by 1 point with 1 minute, 18 seconds left in this first round.
With just a minute left, it could be the next goal that could be decisive. .com now under no pressure, with the advantage now. It's on Mayhem to pressure him. He's comfortable standing there, and B-Love getting stunned out. .com will start moving forward and pass to Caption. We'll see what kind of attack Synapse decides to do with 50 seconds left.
Yeah, the stacks there are doing a great job positioning in mid lane, because not only were they contesting the receiver, they were also contesting that first passer. That said, breaking loose is Zach. Zach with one more, just underneath Mamba, however. Caption is in the right area for the recovery. B-Love is there with a stack, so quickly sending it back towards the reset. Like you said, this could definitely be a icing play for one team or the other. Making the shot, it's Zach! And the good brother, well, both of them are, but 7-4. It's going to be a lead and perhaps a victory in round one. Perhaps.
Perhaps. There may be 6 seconds left or so. It'll be a tough one. Let's see what Mayhem can do with their offensive joust. They come out, they get the disc, they send it through, they have their stack together, but it will be taken by .com, cleared through, and that will end the round with 7-4 for Synapse.
Yeah, it took a while for either of these teams to start finding a flow, and even then, I'm still not quite sure that they fully did. But a lot of that is credit to, again, the defense. I think between the physicality of Synapse, because they are extremely brutal on some of these brawls and just causing some midfield havoc. You know, doing it kind of Braun style. Meanwhile, for the side of Project Mayhem, they are also causing defensive havoc, but it's kind of on the speed style. That's those stacks really being disruptive. So it's for kind of different reasons, but both these teams really clashing hard in the midfield due to their style of play here.
Yeah, and the stats bear that out. 25 stuns for Caption, 17 for Mamba, and 12 each for .com and Zach W. Meanwhile, for Project Mayhem, Palace got 20 stuns with 11 each for The Law and B-Love, and Vanzi bringing it in with 8 stuns as well.
And quick to Mr. FMJ4K, you've now got your VIP badge on Twitch. Thanks for the redemption. And with that, had to give you a mention back to round 2. However, thanks again, all you guys joining us in here as we set off into the next on this master-packed night of matches across the channels. Here we go. It's launch out and first grab by the Law, who's also tagged with a punch as it goes back into their own zone. The B-Love and Vanzi with the disc slapped by Zach. And again, off to that midfield heavy start, it looks like.
Project Mayhem now sending it through, but it's picked up by .com. .com attempts the pass, but he can't quite catch it, and it will be loose. It's on the ceiling. Now with an opportunity, B-Love taps it through, and it looks like .com on the back line again swoops it up for Synapse. Passes it over to Zach W. He's under no pressure, so he'll let this play develop. Synapse will establish their locations. .com now working his way along the double diamond. They've got options for passes. They've got a pass there on the ceiling. It's Mamba working his way along the backside. But stunned out. And B-Love now sending it through for Mayhem.
All right, off it goes, but Caption. The collection has to avoid the Law. But you see once more, even on that pass, it's just, there's not a lot of time to act or react because of the bothersome mid lane defense we're often seeing provided by Project Mayhem. Of course, every time that Synapse has gotten the chance, they have tried to back it out. They have tried to play it slow. We saw that at the end of the first round and at junctures. And now it's going to open up an attempt, but denial and blocked off. Beautifully done as Vanzi tries to do it again here, but will be backed out by Mamba actually, and still a stalemate a couple minutes in.
Yeah, that's a great example of how the Mayhem defense really caused Mamba to have to back that up, even though he did get the disc on the nest and, you know, might be looking to score. Really felt the pressure there.
Yeah, both of these teams feeling a lot of pressure, just in the sense that, like I said, aggressive, and just the actions per minute have been pretty insane at times. But that said, Palace does find a breakaway play, free for the 2-point shot, and with that, 2 minutes in, they've got the lead.
The actions per minute are high, but the goals per minute are low, and so each goal just really worth a lot right now. 2-0 with 8 minutes left. Mayhem doing the damage first.
Yeah, and in most categories, these teams are pretty close to equal. That being said, because 11 to 10 shots taken favoring Synapse, so just about 50-50. They both have 2 assists. One team has 5 saves, one has 4. The only difference in this match so far in terms of those stats is, hold on, a cross pass is just missed there, is the stuns. I mentioned Synapse's physicality and their brute force. They are ahead in stuns 80 to 58, but otherwise every other category just about is pretty even. Granted, possession time also favoring Synapse by about 60-some%.
Yeah, Synapse, they've had their opportunities, but some really great defense and really great saves by Mayhem have kept those points from being too much lopsided. But Mayhem now working their way. They have a 2-on-3, and the shot, inside shot, 2-pointer from Palace.
All right, and quick, well, I shouldn't say quick, but comparatively quicker shot compared to the first couple minutes of play. So 56 seconds off the clock this time. We're 6.5 minutes left in this round and a couple goal advantage. So, I mean, even that alone, it's a bigger than 4-point advantage just in the context of the pace of this game. That said, trying to score, there's Zach. A little hesitation, and no hesitation though, knowing that there's confidence in his shots whenever it goes out.
These teams capable of a tremendous scoring outbreak at any moment. There could be an explosion at any time, and that 11-second shot is a great example.
Yeah, so that one we can certainly call a bit quicker on that play and that recovery. So with that, Palace sending it over to the Cloud. Vanzi's just waiting there up high, trying to kind of ping-pong it between the defense from Mamba and Zach. That said, going to be cleared out. Vanzi should be able to get this with a second or so to spare until Mamba and Zach are there. But here goes, midfield mayhem once more.
Disc is now loose. It's inside the Mayhem zone, but it will be Mayhem to pick it up and passing it back to Vanzi. Oh, but stolen and slammed by Mamba, or very short shot, let's call it.
Yeah, so able to get the open goal that time off of a good snag, and that's basically been the case. A lot of the scores that we're seeing across these rounds are happening because of open goals. Otherwise, if these teams have a chance to set their defense in the bubble, either team, it's been very tough goings trying to actually find those shots.
Absolutely, and oh, just losing it there is B-Love. The disc is now off the ceiling, missing an opportunity there, and .com will now clear it through, but bouncing off Popcorn and picked up by Vanzi. They've got a chance. Back to B-Love. B-Love working his way. Will he find someone? No. Captions, brawling. Palace now brawling, working his way along Pillar, sending it in for 2.
All right, Palace now bringing it into the goal for that lead. 4 minutes, 24 seconds left, and a little less after this joust goes out. See how this one turns. Starting to pick up a little bit more pace on the scoring now. You know, the first goal of the game came in about 2 minutes into the match. The next one came about a minute later. Then we saw, 10, 11 seconds, then 20 seconds. So the pace is picking up. We'll see if this maintains, though, as they roll out for Synapse. Caption sending it deep over to Mamba. Mamba trying to hit him right back, and he does. So good 2-man play as he'll go out to the pack and just line up maybe this pass towards the backboard. Mamba uncovered, and they recovered to tie it back again.
What a slap by Mamba, or I'm not sure how he reacted that quickly, but it looked like he didn't even, did he headbutt it? The disc just bounced right off his hand or his head right into the goal. That was just really amazing by Mamba.
All right, so Vanzi with the disc gonna send it to the Law. The Law needing to avoid. Synapse does not. Caption. That was a great shot. No cap. 9-6 for Synapse.
9-6, Synapse scoring 5 points in the last 20 seconds or so. The defensive joust pressure really starting to pick up. These are the kind of fireworks we were looking for with these two teams.
And yeah, with that, this is some solid momentum starting to be shown from Synapse, because they're getting some goals now and starting to do it with frequency. That said, talk about frequent, 9 seconds, and B-Love brings it back within 1, so can't speak too soon. Project Mayhem is in it for the long haul, or at least for the next 42 to try and force a third round.
Yeah, Mayhem knows that they've got to win this round if they're going to push it to 3. They are not gonna budge an inch. Now passing through, Mamba passes to Zach. Zach working his way, but losing it. No, Caption now. Caption sending it in.
The pace. What has happened to the pace? We were locked at such a slow game for the first 5 minutes or so. And now we are just getting 9-second goals, 11-second goals, 20-second goals, 10-second goals, back and forth. We're at 11-8. It's a 3-point advantage for Synapse. That could change soon as it goes right back to just 1. 11-10 off of that score. Again, quick as ever. 7 seconds from Palace. Wow.
I can't even keep up with what's going on here. 1 point game, minute 40 left. This master tier, this is what I'm talking about.
Absolutely, this is what we're casting about as .com. Very, very patient, and man, the risk you take doing that and being able to execute it. Shout out to him, because man, that stack, knowing how fast it is, it's so easy to get baited to an early throw. But .com trying his darndest to split up that stack, and he does. So the stack is split. The passes are a little bit rough, ricocheting here for Synapse, but they're still going to maintain control. And this is what we saw at the end of round 1, that is. And we're seeing it again here, knowing they have the narrowest of margins of advantage. They're trying to make sure every single shot, every single pass counts as it goes into maybe the open opportunity, trying to line it up. Oh, but just missing. That was a super tough angle, and maybe wanted to get that one back after the miss.
Yeah, absolutely. He might have been able to work his way a little bit closer and send that one in, but opting for the tight window 3. Vanzi now picking it up, and Mayhem now on the run with 30 seconds left. Palace now passing to the Law. The Law working his way along the shield, and stolen by Caption, and that may have saved the game for Synapse.
Caption exactly making up for that shot earlier on. The thing is, it was definitely an awkward spot. He had no momentum, caught in no man's land, and kind of couldn't decide what to do. But you know what? That was decisive, certainly, as they will get one more attempt, perhaps, off that ding. So the opportunity trying not to be lost here as it gets sent deep into the blue zone. But Caption is there for another recovery. And by the skin of their teeth and by the tip of my nails as I bite them down here, it's 11-10. Round 2 going the way of Synapse, and they will take this, but just barely.
That game was wild. That second round especially was like a tale of 2 rounds. The first round slow and methodical, a lot of brawling, not a lot of scoring, and then right around the halfway mark, it just exploded.
Yeah, for sure. Great game. Very interesting game. The flows of that one was something that needs analyzing in itself, but definitely picking up the pace and doing a good job to entertain all of us. Now, that said, however, we got the next match coming up right quick. You're going to be following Synapse against Kangarillas here on Channel 1. Meanwhile, I'm parting off to Channel 2, well, right now with Doc, I do believe, and we'll have Illuma Duty versus Spaghetti. So you got your options, but thanks for watching, guys, and after a brief intermission, we shall be back.
And welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to our third of this 4 back-to-back Master Tier matchups. And boy, oh boy, do we have a hot one for you here. Synapse versus Kang. Before we get to that, I'm SirDimwi, back on it, joined now by the one, the only, NightFiree with 2 E's. Also, so much for subtlety on the cameras. Love you, man. NightFiree, how you, I mean, God, how you feeling, man?
Oh, it's another hype night of Echo. I mean, it's the Master League is popping off, man. These weekends have been so fun to tune into and watch these teams battle it out. And the last game Synapse just had, that was a battle. They just had a very close matchup. Despite them winning at 2-3, those rounds were tight. They barely squeezed away with their round 2 W, and now they're going up against the likes of Kangarillas. This is going to be another very hard match.
Oh, it absolutely is. And you're talking, I mean, so Kangarillas, they're on the left in orange, Shimbitsky, Mad, Zenith, Silver Bag, Zenith, recent addition here this season. Not recent, literally speaking, recent, relatively speaking. He joined several months ago during that extended offseason we had between Season 2 and Season 3, replacing Loveridge. Well, not replacing Loveridge, but taking Loveridge's place on the roster in their games. As of course, Loveridge, an irreplaceable asset here for Kangarillas. The brains of the operation, as he was always called. But yeah, this team, they're absolutely hands down, excuse my little raspberry there. They're absolutely one of my favorite teams to cast because they methodical. Kang, methodical. That's the word. When you talk about Kang, you're talking about methodical play. Everything is calculated. Every play, if they're in a specific formation, they're doing that to provoke a reaction from the other team. The way they play is amazing, and of course, Synapse, that defense is unstoppable. Their offense, ridiculous. Yeah, this is going to be amazing.
It's and you know, the master tier, right? That top tier of games just always delivers the best of matchups, and these teams are in lobby, seemingly ready to go. I think we're ready to rock and dive into this round, and I assume once they get the go-ahead, they'll be ready to dive in. And so we are just waiting on their confirmation from them. And here come one ready at the very least. And I mean, gee, I'm. It's so fun to tune in to these weekend streams now with how everything's been going, with all of the production, all of the new content that's getting put out by the content team. It's a time to be an Echo Arena VRML fan as we dive into round 1 in the joust, out the gate, going the way of Kangarillas.
Yeah, Kang sending that one in, but a slap there. Sealable sending it back to the back line to Zenith. I also got to give Synapse a proper due. I did not read out their player list as I did for Kangarillas. They're led by none other than .com. They're also captioned Mamba and Zach with him, but now it's Kangarillas currently in possession, playing their methodical possession game. Zenith bringing it in. That's going to be your first goal of round 1. Strem to Zenith. 25 seconds in, Kang has a lead.
Bringing in the juke with inside the bubble. No real pressure on him either. All he had to worry about was outplaying the one in front of him, that goalie in goal, and he did a very nice bit of maneuvering of the disc to manage to thread it in and put up 2 for Kangarillas. Now Synapse on the offensive joust. We'll see what they're capable of putting out here, as they do get pressured pretty heavily from that early stack that Kang put out, and Synapse going to take a bit of a pause now that they have full control. They managed to weather the early blitz storm, and they're now setting up inside the zone of Kangarillas and having a tough time about it as this stack is continuing to apply pressure. Zenith does almost get his hand on disc.
But now that one, Mad picking that one up on the back line, sending it all the way into the bubble. Zenith is going to get there. Zenith, lots of time, lots of space. He's going to hit it for the 2. Kangarillas is going to go up by 4. Also, quick shout out to QL Young. 12 months tier 1 subscription, saying Kang
Crazy.
For the win. Absolutely insane. 12 months. Thank you, QL, for that, as it is going to be Synapse here with this joust advantage, handled by none other than .com himself. Going to slow this one down. Takes out that chain. That's a 2-on-1. Both chains are out. They're in possession here in front of the defense, although a bunch of players getting back now on defense. What a way for Kang to recover there. Mamba with it here on the near side. On the floor, inverted. His ceiling gets stunned up by Zenith, and it's turned over. Silver Bag coming away with that one. Going to send that one out through that far side tube, into the far side tube. There, pick it up. Long shot. No, he's going for a bounce clear off the wall, but Caption's there to get the grab.
Doesn't get what he's looking for there, and a bit of a back pass goes wide as it bounces off the front mirror. Doesn't get to the defender who was went all the way back to goal. Still back, able to continue that to be in the possession of King Gorillas as they go for that shot. Gets denied and bounced out. A good bit of rebound work from Zach to get this cleared out into the midfield at the very least for Synapse. They get a brief pause, but not for long as Sealable continues the pressure. There's the shot from Zenith. The three-pointer sunk in from a long range.
Yeah, that was smooth. They got Synapse out of place there. It is not a common thing you're going to see Synapse leaving that kind of lane open to their goal. But that's what I'm talking about. When I'm talking about whatever, that's one to go back and watch. Figure out what Kang did there to pull Synapse so far out of the bubble, to have such wide open lanes to score that goal, because that's what they do. That methodical play. Nobody plays the Yomi game like Kang does just yet. Shout out there to Rox for introducing me to that specific concept there. But now Synapse, turnover there. Mad picking it up, gonna clear it to that far side tube, all the way down. Gonna be a race for it, and it will be Mamba there to pick it up, but a stun. Zenith gets it loose. It will be Zach with it. Zach gonna clear it out.
And this has just been a Kangarillas match offensive-wise. They have been dominating disc possession, and they have continuously been inside the zone of Synapse. But to Synapse's credit, they have done a great job of weathering this storm, if you will, this constant pressure that they've been under. To only have 7 points scored on them after 4 minutes of really those discs being in their zone for 4 minutes, I think is a pretty good sign. Although, as I say that, 3 more points get tacked on, so we make it 10. It's still not out of reach, though. They just haven't had an opportunity really to set up anything inside the zone of Kang. You just really haven't seen any offensive pressure come in from Synapse, and I don't know if that's maybe because they're just feeling out the team. They've just, maybe they're a little bit tired after their first match, that very close to series. They have to adjust to this new squad as the blitz comes in. Ooh. Disc goes into the hand of Kangarillas. They're looking for more points.
In Caption, just doing all sorts of work there to break that opportunity up there to recover on that one. Mamba with it now in this near side tube, looking to send that one in. Just off of that block, but now picked up by Caption. Caption sending that one up. That was just a three-dimensional pass. Zach with it far side, sending it to Mamba. Mamba tap pass back to Zach. Zach with it, pulling that defense out. Going to send it back to .com on the back line for that reset. .com going to forward that one up to that near side wall. Misses the intended target, but Mamba has an opportunity there. What an opportunity it was.
That would have been
but
crazy.
It does go wide, but now it's down all the way into the Synapse bubble.
He was trying to go for a 360 shot through two defenders. A bit of a clamor for disc here as the stack seems to be getting in the way of itself. Sealable Bag finally gets his hands on it and puts it in for two. Maybe they were trying to set up a 3, and once the pressure came in, they just decided to lock in a couple of points. But either way, Kangarillas continuing to tack onto this lead, and that was the first time Synapse did have offensive pressure. So, a bit of a shift there. At that 5-minute mark, they finally managed to get down in there and pressure around the goal of Kang, but it has been a tough one for this Synapse team, at least in this first round, and I want to see if they can get some momentum going here in the later half of this round one, because it's still not quite out of reach. 12 points and 4.5 is certainly a tough lead to come back from, and as I say that again, Kangarillas get dispossession.
And this one down into the Synapse zone. They're going to be picked up by Mad. Madlock shot, but .com is in the goal there to pick that one up with no problem, sending it across to Zach W. Also, in the chat there, I do see Peanut giving me an opportunity for some shameless self-promotion. Actually, Peanut, if you go to YouTube, search... No, give me a moment. No, all right, so Zach is going to back that one out. Good turnover there. Mad picking it up. Just search SirDimwi Yomi, and there's a video I put out on YouTube that in the 3-minute meta series that explains what Yomi game is and how it applies to Echo Arena. But now Caption stopping that one. A bit of a tussle here in the bubble. Oh my goodness, how many stops? This is what Synapse does, although Kang is ultimately able to get that goal, but how many times did Synapse stop that attack there? That was 3, 4, 5 times behind the goal. That was ridiculous. The
even more ridiculous element is that Kang just somehow managed to continue to get the rebounds off of those shots and continue to keep eventually hammering away at the goal until they found that 2-point that went in. The blitz comes out here. That's a good bit of fancy footwork as he 360 spins off of that blitz and continues to at least get the disc into the zone of Kang. That's an unfortunate disc pass gone wide there, missed by the stack of .com and Zach. Now they're going to try and push forward the whole team is now getting up here. That's a good bit of a cross pass to
oh.
Mamba, who finally gets Synapse on the board with 2.
Yeah, and I'm not sure what happened there in the goal. Shrem was in position. I'm gonna watch it back on the stream, or maybe not. I'm actually quite behind on the stream. I can't use the stream apparently right now. But yeah, he was in position. I don't know if he got his hand stuck. If maybe he pushed off and it just didn't go anywhere. I know that happens to the best. Oh no! Oh no!
Okay, now that's what I'm talking about. Now, so just to clarify, there he went vertical, and the shot was a corner pocket, and so it was just he guessed and didn't guess the right direction on that when he went to block it. That was an excellent steal that puts up another 2 points. And this is what I'm talking about with momentum. If Synapse can finally manage to clamor back a couple of points at least here in this round, they don't have to secure this win, but if they can bounce back a couple of points here to get momentum shifted onto their side, round 2 could be a lot different than what we're seeing here score-wise.
And also another shout out, QL Young, 5 tier 1 subs gifted to the community. That is insane, man. Thank you so much for that. You know, we really appreciate those. As .com sends that one in, and it does turn over. Kang back in possession, slapping it away from their own goal for one reason or another. Another slap, maybe playing a slap game at the moment. Are we going to see a third? Maybe not. Mamba, long shot. He hits it 25 meters out. They're back within 7. What a shot there from Mamba.
This could be a crazy 3-minute comeback. I mean, if they've gotten blitz steals before. This is maybe Kangaroos getting a little bit too lazy in this round. It's not out of reach for Synapse here just yet. I think a couple of threes is going to get them right in range. It's going to be a miracle, sure, but they are certainly coming back with some momentum here into this final end of round 1, and it's exactly what they need regardless to go into round 2, because now Kang is thinking, well, geez, maybe we aren't as impenetrable as we were thinking.
Yeah, because that was that's like drawing blood from the God King. You know, it really leaves a mark. It's a much bigger statement than it might be in other situations. But Kang playing so patient right now, as they do. Stram touching it back, was trying to send it behind the goal there to Sealable, but no. And then another turnover there. Matt ultimately coming away with it, going to fling it. That backhand fling there. 28 seconds to go here. We are out of time. Kangaroos will take the first round, but Synapse trying to get something on the board, another one on the board here. Maybe take that momentum carried over into that second round. His caption's going to carry this one in. Far side sending it in, looking to get it to YouTube. Unfortunately, passes a bit low as YouTube was floating high, and this one's going to get bounced out, cleared out through that near side tube. Yeah.
Kang playing it perfectly there. Once they started to get pressure a little bit, they slowed things down, went for their passing game, and obviously forced the clock here. Synapse, though, still, to be able to draw blood, like we were saying, and get a couple of points on the board, it's perfect for them going into this next round, because this is just one of 3, potentially, that we end up playing out. And I'm very excited to see what kind of Synapse team we see in round 2. They fight, their game, both rounds, just earlier, the game before, were very close rounds, and they managed to keep this one relatively close in round 1. And like I was saying, they were getting pressured for, I would say, 5 minutes of Kang being in your zone, Dimwi, and only letting them score 10 points. That's an accomplishment, some would say, No,
it really is. And it speaks volumes to Synapse's defense. They really, you saw that one sequence there. It was 4 or 5 stops they had. Kang just kept trying to just force it, and ultimately it works. And that's why, they do that. Because you get that many opportunities, just shoving it forward, eventually it's going to go in. But Synapse not making it easy. What surprises me, and it's certainly to do with the specifics, the nuances of the in-game mechanics, Synapse only registering 2 saves total, 1 to .com, 1 to Zach. And that's just not accurate. That's not accurate.
We saw there's 4 in one clip.
Yeah, so that's just, it tells you the specific nuances of how the game tracks those stats. But yeah, very interesting to see the angle that excuse me, so much subtlety was able to get on that. I was not aware that Kang was still running that 4-stack launch there on the neutral joust. It's interesting that they are, and I'm curious to see how the stats play out. But Kang is going to be in possession here to start this second round.
Yes, they are. We had a bit of a brawl there in the lower end for Disc, and it ends up going into the way of Kang, managing to bruise out and stun their way through possession here as they pass their way forward. Excellent bit of passing work here. No passes going wide. Everything on point as they manage to navigate around the Synapse defense. They're finally one getting scooped up by Mamba. A really nice intercept and clear. And now Synapse, can they get down here in time? They might be able to. This could be two right out the gate. It is the dunk from Zach.
And the way he did that, I don't know if the camera caught it. I'm gonna see on the replay if Subtlety was able to catch what Zach did there. Zach was coming in. He was right side up. And he saw the angle he was working with. Yeah, you got it perfect there, Subtlety. That was it. Thank you for getting that. That's phenomenal. That's what I wanted to point out. I don't even need to. That was perfect. That was phenomenal. Also, Lolo in the chat talking about Kang's neutral joust, the sealable bag. Gets that one-on-one. Gonna bring that one in as looks like that was Doc Harm floating a little bit too far behind the plane there. Yeah. Probably missed that block on the way in. But it's I'm not going to go into the specific details of Kang's Joust. I'm sure they've changed some specific details. But the big thing is two-stage. They're running two distinct chains that break up halfway through. It's really cool. But anyways, it's going to be Synapse with the Joust advantage now.
Yeah, the 3-minute meta pieces from you have been excellent. I've learned a bit about the standard joust, the 2-1-1s, the 1-1-2s. It's awesome to see, and I love seeing it here on stream. And I guess we got to keep focused on this game because Kang is now applying the pressure. They had two picked up on him, and they said, "Hey, look, we need to get some points on the board. We need to put our teamwork into some good use." That was an awesome cross for that 2-pointer.
It really was, and the way that ultimately played out. I mean, they really. It's one thing to score on the 2v1. It's another thing to school on a 2v1. And not only did YouTube did really kind of the only thing he could. He attacked the driving player, but Strem was able to put that shield up, stun him out as he got that pass off, which just left the goal wide open. But Mad now sending it up to sealable. Stop there by Doc Hobb. And now going to bounce out of the bubble. Zach's picking that one up, looking to clear it out. His mom out on his back. They're going to chain down after this one. A couple of chains. It's going to turn immediately over. Shrembitsky has that one, clearing it out into the Synapse zone, all the way down to that far side wall. Caption trying to track it down. He does. Caption also one of our gifted casters here in VRML. But now Sealable's picking that one up for Kang. So another turnover here. Kang back in possession again. Zenith with it on the far side, looking for an opportunity here for Kang. 3 minutes off the clock in the second round. Sends it in there to Strem.
What?
It's Strem, the Terminator, pulling the most beautiful dolphin shot. That's what that is. We named that a year ago. Not from Strem, but that's what that is. When you go under the goal, I don't even think he looked for that hook. Oh, what a beautiful shot there from Strem.
Though. The pass just skimmed along the bottom floor perfectly into his hands. He's waiting for it. And Kang just putting their pass work and teamwork on display here as they now try and continue to tack on. The defense of Synapse fires online and gets an excellent denial of entry into their zone, and now they're trying to clear down. This could be an open goal three as a nice shot comes in. No, things off the top. Still, though, Synapse have possession. They're looking to set something up inside the bubble of Kang. Finally, the first time in a while this round since they managed to get those 2 points on the board. But Kang, their pressure is it's tough to compete against. Synapse is doing well to battle for dispossession in midfield now.
Caption sending it up to Mama. Mama gets stunned out, gets it back to Caption. Caption gets stuck on that block, but does pick up the disc nonetheless. Caption sending that one down to Zach. Zach is going to plant it for the 2. They're back within 2. And also far, that is Subtlety on the cameras, running cameras tonight on all these Master Tier games here in Channel 1. But what a goal there for Synapse to get those 2 more on the board. They're not out of it.
This is what you hope for. I mean, Saturday continues to deliver. These are some awesome games on VRML 1 today. There's a huge steal from Zach. Loses possession somewhere along the line, though, and that gets punished. Instantly re-cleared down by the likes of Kangaroo as the stack nearly intercepts, and the pressure is on as they try and clear it out of their disc. All 3 here inside the bubble of Synapse. Not good as the ding goes just up to the top, and there's the rebound from Zenith as he gets the 2 in. They just keep getting these rebounds. It's crazy.
I got to point out, though, that first rebound, it dinged off the inside of the post and then ricocheted off the other side post and right back into his hand. It double dinged back into his hand. That is insane. I just, you know what? If it was any other team, I would call it luck. But with Kang, It's all planned. Everything's planned with Kang. We all know it. Don't you dare! I know someone in the chat lands in with the tier 1 sub. Thank you. 12 months as well. You're ridiculous. But yeah, someone in the chat might doubt that everything Kang done is planned, and they're wrong. They're just simply wrong. That's just it.
Zach with a good bit of stun work there to shut down a bit of a stack aggression coming out the gate. There seems to be a bit of a back pass. I was wondering if that was maybe tracking gone awry, but Sealable's there to scoop it up, and it's just Kangarillas taking their time. They have the 4-point lead. They don't need to play things too quick. Synapse has proven that they can get in their face and be a threat. There's a good bit of fancy footwork from Zenith. I don't know how he dodges that, but somehow manages to avoid being stunned out and passes it back to Sealable where they can reset their initial push-up.
I thought Zenith was dead to rice. I was like, how does he not know captions there? And then somehow, I'm just flabbergasted. I am flabbergasted. Strem setting that one up there to Zenith. Zenith trying to do a juke. I don't know how he got stunned. And then he stuns them both out. That was Strem going for, Sealable going for a roundabout there. And then Strem going for another shot that fakes one. And, Zenith. Was that no look? I'm looking. No, he did look up, but that was still behind the back over the head, sending it up for the 2. Kang is up by 6.
This Synapse defense is shutting down, attempts on goal that are so hard to deny, but then somehow Kang just manages to get their hands on the disc again and follow up with another insane shot to deny. And it's hard to shut down, 2 to 3 consecutive shots on goal by the likes of a team like Kang. The fact that Synapse, again, has managed to limit the damage done here to only 10 points, I think is a tribute to their defense, as this is an interesting almost 3-point shot on goal that have been followed up a little bit more aggressively by the offense. Maybe it could have been 2, but either way, it's going to be Kang now looking for the nail slot shot. Goes a bit low.
That would have been a highlight for the century. That the setup there. I wish he had made that shot. I don't wish Kang to go up by that far. What a close game, but that would have been amazing. Mad with it behind the goal. Mad is gonna make some trouble, make some people mad, and send it in. They're up by 8.
That is a nice long range pass from the bottom end of the zone up to, that is a pinpoint pass right to the top of the zone. A bounce pass, I dare say, off of the top of the wall there, right into his hands. Doesn't matter how good your defense is. That's a tough one to shut down. We'll see if Synapse can get a few points on the board, but with 2 minutes left and a 8-point lead to come back from, it is going to be pretty tough for Synapse to do it. They've got, like I said, 1:45 now to come back with, and I don't know if it's possible, but they're certainly going to try to getting tacked on. That's an awesome cross and a fire of a shot coming in there from Mamba.
That was a no look. It was a no look backhand fling. He was turned backwards. He was not. He was looking at the Shut up, Mamba. Just shut up. I can hear him. I'm not. I don't actually hear him. I'm saying that was such a ridiculous goal. I can just hear the you know what I mean, the yelling after that one. But this one is going to turn over. Back in possession is Kangarillas. Shambitsky with it there in the goal. Sending that one across. Going to hit Zenith up to Mad. Setting it up. Hits Sealable. Sealable does not have a lane there, as that is .com. All the way back in the goal. He does play very, very deep back. And Zenith is able to play it. That is a good goal.
When you watch these matches, it's passes like that just kind of go under your radar. You just see, wow, okay, that was pretty nuts. But that pass to hit that guy going that fast, he's off of a stack speed, and it just hits him right in the chest. Perfect pass. Then he goes in for a really laser of a 3. That's just, what do you do there? It's Kang at playing very well is what that is this series. 2 rounds going to be locked in for them, and just ultimately it's just awesome passing from Kang and really solid midfield defense that ends up winning them this series.
Yeah, this is Strem with the extravagant goal, sending out one in to end it. I gotta, Strem, if you're still watching this VOD, I am going to tell you right now in front of the whole world, I love watching you play. But what a game there. Kangarillas is going to take that second round 17-6, very convincingly. this Kang team has really, like I said, I've said this a couple times in the last week or so. When we started the season, that first week, there were some questions about Kang and where they were going to be this season, and there's no more questions. This team is incredible. They've been incredible. They're still incredible, and they're absolutely contenders. I'll say it this early in the season, contenders for the finals. Absolutely.
Yeah, keeps Kang undefeated so far this season, and Synapse now, I think after today they'll be 3-3, so they'll stay a pretty even keel across the board. But I think we have another game, if I'm not mistaken, after this one. Dimwi, is that correct?
Yeah, we do. Okay, we're gonna be staying with Kangarillas, and we're gonna be They're gonna be taking on Ethereal here in just a few minutes. So don't go anywhere. Seriously, don't go anywhere. It's gonna be a great game. Stay right there. We're going to be right back after a short break.
Sealable gets right up into the face, and it's that intercept. Here comes the stack. Here comes the open goal 3. And Kang, they are now have, wow, this is right out the gate, putting up 3.
Yeah.
Well, I guess not right out the gate, a minute in, but still, 3 points.
It did take him almost a minute. Ethereal holding him off for almost a minute. We're in possession for the majority of that time. And, but we saw something similar. So Synapse was never able to set up too well in the game. But when they did, there was a lot of passing. I remember seeing a comment in the chat that there was a lot of passing for not a whole lot of results at the time. But what? Oh my goodness, that was very close. But it was more that Kang was just shutting down their bubble. They weren't giving them the opportunities that they were looking for. And but now Ethereal is back in possession, sending this one in, but a good read there by Mad. He's going to slap that one away. Shrimbitsky, Sealable slapping that one away, but they're in the hands of CJason. CJason now sending this one in. Jiggy with it. Jiggy going to push himself off that station block under pressure, sending it up, does hit CJason. CJason sending that one across, far side, single shot, sending it back near side, into the hands of Jiggy. Jiggy now, they're inching up on this bubble. They want to attack, going back for that reset there. CJason inverted now. Kind of finding himself in an awkward position. He was a little sideways with single shot still with it. Single shot over to Mozzie. Excuse me, Jiggy. Jiggy bringing it in. Jiggy backing it out once again. This is incredible setup here. Passing. They're going to earn those 2 points. Talk about working for it. Wow.
I really do think they're coming off of watching Kangarillas play against Synapse because their midfield passing is fast. They recognize that the threat from Kang is the midfield duo that can challenge and apply pressure, and they are playing it very quick to get it right up into the zone of Kangarillas and then play from there. And they are doing a good job of getting their hands on the disc. There's a good bit of stack disruption themselves in the midfield as CJason now waits for his team to get set up, gets a good bit of passing up to his teammate in the midfield there, reacts off of the bouncing off the geode, and again, Ethereal setting up for an offensive push against the likes of Kangarillas.
You can tell Ethereal practices passing obsessively. Oh, what a stop there by Kang. Mozzie had that goal. That was a major stop. But you can tell that Ethereal, I will bet money. I will bet money, and someone can check up on this. You can pull the receipts, quote me. I will bet money that Ethereal will literally spend at least an hour every week, and I bet it's a lot more than that, at least an hour every week in the arena by themselves, moving up and down, just passing the disc around. That's because the way they are moving this disc between them is masterful. This is practiced. This is crafted. CJason getting stunned out, but still gets that one away. Wow. This is just amazing movement we're seeing so far.
An awesome back and forth here to kick off this series as Kang now display their passing excellence. They are no slouches in the passing department as they try and get something set up inside the bubble. The defense of Ethereal disrupting them a little bit. There's the shot on goal that dings off the lower half. Here's the stack and clear. They're looking to beat the likes of Kang's down into the zone. A 2v2 now as an excellent intercept from Zenith disrupts what could have been another potential goal here for Ethereal. There's an open goal 3 that goes wide. That's a saving grace for the likes of Ethereal. Kang intercepts again from Sealable, and the back and forth continues.
And now, Mad, I think he lost a hand. No, he was. All right, there's some activity, but he gets that one in for the 2. They're going to go up by 3 here. Kang is. Yeah.
Was that a juke? I don't know what that was, but either way.
I think it was maybe a little lag, but that's okay. It happens. You can't always, because there was certainly some lag activity going on with another player on the other team, but it was just a little bit. There's not a whole lot going on. I think it was just a freak occurrence that happened in that exact moment. Because you saw how short it was, but now Shrem slaps that one over. Zenith picks it up. He gets stunned out. Mozzie doing a lot of damage there, but Sealable coming away with that one. Sealable sending it over to Mad, and Mad is going to slap that one up. Mad has been slapping this whole game. We saw a lot of it last game, and the good setup there. Shrem from Zenith. Shrem's going to put that one in for the 2. Gingerly, they're up by 5.
They were setting up for a 3 there, and that would have just been, a real punch in the gut of Ethereal, but instead the pressure did come to the back of Strem. He did have to push forward and slap it in just to get the 2. So Ethereal not letting up, despite what does look like Kangaroo is starting to pile on. Ethereal is playing pretty good in the midfield. A bit of a loose Butterfingers, if you will. There's the disc goes wide. There's a missed pass on the outer side. He gets slapped in by Strem again, following up that missed shot for the 3. And now Kang is starting to do what Kang does.
And what's interesting to me, Ethereal, maybe once we get to that intermission, or maybe even now, if they can find a moment to even talk about it, but probably in that intermission, talk about, because these last couple goals from Kang, there's been very few, if any, Ethereal players in that bubble. Now, it's not a matter of speed. They've been very quick in this entire game. Their control has been phenomenal. Their passing is just well, mostly on, but that they pick that one up, sending it in, flat bounce off the back wall. That was a great leech there from Zenith. He's able to get that one away, but still in possession. Ethereal now. CJason with it. CJason sending it in, sending it across into Mozzie. Mozzie sends it in.
Whoa.
He's gonna hit it for the 2. They've got 2 more on the board. They're back within 5 with just about 3 minutes to go.
That's a nice angle there. That side shot for the lower corner. Really nice bit of movement there from Mozzie to get, if they're essentially right back in this. They're now only 5 away. It's not too big of a deficit. If they can manage to get their hands on this disc here, as they see the blitz come flying by on that intercept that goes wide, this could end up biting them in the butt. No, they don't. They have CJason there, luckily enough to snag disc. The threat, though, is still a 2v1. The stacks there to interrupt. That could have been an open goal 3. That would have been terrible news for the likes of Ethereal. Instead, it is now Ethereal trying to set up some sort of offensive pressure inside the zone of Kang.
It does turn over, though. Strembitsky now with it has one player attacking. He jukes him. Gonna send this one across. Soft pass there. Was looking for Zenith. Zenith not able to handle it. Strem gets it back, slaps it forward. Zenith trying to get there once again. Jiggy touches it, but he gets sent up by Z. Z sending him it across. Hits Mad. They are all inverted. This is one of their inverted setups. This is Kang does this. It's not a single player they'll invert, although sometimes you'll see a single player invert periodically. They have rollouts where they all come out inverted. I wish we saw more of that, although I've seen more teams picking it up more frequently lately. But it's a way of kind of changing the layout of the land as that shot's going to ding out. Zenith sending this one into Mad now with it on that far side. Just that shot there is going to go low. That was going to low. Ethereal is just clogging the bubble right now, not giving Kang any opportunities. There it is.
Laser beam. The laser beam from CJason fires it in between 2-3 defenders trying to circle back in front of their goal. Like you said, they had that awesome 4-man wall, if you will, around their goal that was shutting down any attempt or setup from the likes of Kang. But ultimately, the pressure continues to flow in. Just like we saw with Synapse, Kang doesn't let up. They keep getting these rebounds and continue to fire shot after shot until eventually one goes in. And Kang now with a lead that is becoming a little bit tough to bounce back from. You can see Ethereal trying to apply the pressure in the zone of Kang, trying to get a few more points on the board. But this is looking to me like this is going to be round 1 into the hands of Kangarillas. We'll see.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's mathematically possible. If they can put more points on the board, it's going to be them locking it in as with a cross 180 for the 2 points.
Yeah.
Getting fancy now.
Kang doing Kang things here in this first round. We're just gonna have wait for that 5. There we go. 36 and a half seconds. Once we start, 37 and a half seconds, excuse me, once we start here out of the tube. CJason sending that to Jiggy near side wall. Jiggy sending this one forward. Right there, another turnover. Sealable back, picking this one up off of that stunt. Sealable sending this one in. It's going to bounce in. It's going to go very near the goal. Not close enough. Zenith trying to track that one down. Zenith sending that one in. He's going to hit it for the 3. A 7-meter 3 at that. They're going to go up by 12 here. That's not the ice. We already saw the ice, but we're just getting a second layer of ice to make sure that nobody's going to fall through during the intermission.
Yeah, I mean, hey, and when you're in the master tier, all the points matter. When it comes down to it, every point you scored in that round could be a key element into keeping your spot and not having to vie for a position in the top 10. You don't want to be down in the 9th and 10th spot there in the rankings. It means you're gonna have to go and compete against the likes of the top 2 in the ladder, and it's what everyone in this master tier is competing to stay out of, at least until we get down into that final month of the season. And it's exciting times. It means that these teams never give up, and if you are Ethereal here, they came out strong. You know, they had dispossession for a good portion of that initial first couple of minutes, maybe the first 1 or 2 or 3 minutes. But against Kang, it's, you know, how do you keep that up for 10 whole minutes? That's the real task, right?
Well, what's really interesting is Ethereal ultimately comes away with just slightly more possession time over Kang. You see on the heads up there, or the overlay, 52%. Excuse me, 52. I hit the wrong button. 52% to Ethereal, 48% to Kang, and that translates to 328 to 314 possession time out of both teams. So I mean, that's just one. It speaks volumes to how well Ethereal is possessing the disc, but also two, it speaks volumes to how well Kang is able to finish on their possessions. As you also notice, the saves there, 6 saves total to Ethereal, 3 to CJason, 3 to Jiggy. Only 2 saves to Kang total, both of them going to Zenith. And that just kind of shows you who's been on defense more often despite those possession times, who's been having to actively defend in the goal. But we are going to get started here in round 2, and maybe we'll see another a good push here from Ethereal, as they are going to win that joust. Although it looks like Kang is coming out defensively on that one. CJ's going to try to track it down, and it'll bounce around loose for a little bit longer than I think anybody anticipated. But Ethereal trying to regain possession here.
Nobody getting their hands on that disc for a while as it floated inside the zone of Kang. And you're right, Kang definitely coming out, allowing Ethereal to take this joust out the gate. And maybe it's honestly part of their plan. Let, if anything, you know, this opponent apply pressure early, maybe burn themselves out tactically. You know, they put all their effort into this excellent passing work to try and score some points. If you can shut it down, great. They can move on from there and try and charge down to the midfield and push on. But if they can't, then they seem to be able to bounce back well enough. And here is the 3-man setup, the 3v2. Can Ethereal shut this down? No, they can. An excellent cross to Sealable gets Kangorilla's 2 points.
I can respect what took place there defensively, fully, because that was a 3v2. The one defender comes out, challenges the disc carrier. The goalie dives down to try to intercept that initial pass, which you gotta respect that. Just wasn't able to come away with it. That's what leaves the goal open for Sealable to tap that one in. Excuse me. That was a beautiful setup by Kangarillas. So that you can't play that much better than Ethereal did in that 3v2 situation. So I got to give them credit for that. But it will be Kangarillas getting that first goal in round 2. Just over a minute in here, minute and a half off the clock. In fact, Ethereal in possession. Mozzie with it, sends up and across. Beautiful pass there to CJason as he was streaking in. CJason hits with Jiggy. Jiggy going back to Mozzie. Oh, Mad picking the pocket, gonna clear it out.
I mean, that's a highlight right there. Awesome pass work from Ethereal to work themselves up into the zone of Kang, but then the defense, the Kang defense, shutting down what is an awesome setup, making it so hard for this Ethereal team to be able to bounce back from this initial 2-point deficit that they're in right now. And now the disc getting cleared back into the zone of Ethereal, and Ethereal is actually here first. They've managed to be there first, I would say more than 50% of the time. They're playing fast and able to defend. The question is, can you defend against the quick passing and quick shots of Kangarillas?
Yeah, that was an anchor shot from Mad there on the backboard. I've never been one to put too much time into anchor shots. I can kind of do them off a nest, kind of, but not really. But to see guys do that off of the backboard there, just really, that would have never even occurred to me. And they do it with such ease. Like, you can tell it's something they put time into. But now Jiggy, they're handling it far side, sending this one into the near side, out of reach of the intended target. That was Mozzie. And Mad, as Mozzie gets stunned out, Mad's going to send this one back to Strem on the back line. They're going to slow this one down here, up by 4, almost 3 minutes off the clock. They know they can waste time, so they're going to go ahead and do that, run that clock, try to pull that defense out. They got a 3-stack there. It actually turns into a 2-stack. Leaving the man kind of back in Egypt, actually, they get together as well. So all the stacks are the fluidity with Ethereal, that Ethereal is operating with these stacks right now is actually quite impressive.
Yeah, it's managing to counter, for the most part, the likes of Kang. So here's a nice setup inside the zone again. From Ethereal, they continue to apply the pressure in the second round. They are not letting up. They want to bounce back and secure round 2, and they need to get some points on the board. A 4-point deficit, 3.5 minutes in against Kang is pretty good. I mean, to be able to deny Kang the opportunity to score on you like they have been today is a solid showing, as Sealable does get into the face there and disrupt the offensive joust. Here comes the stack push. That's going to be hard to deny a goal entry, but still, they've been playing well. They've been on that that offense a couple of times here, but they just can't string it together inside the bubble. And it's, I mean, what do you do against the likes of Kang?
Yeah, and we do get a pause here. I also want to point out one of Kang's strengths. That last goal, if anybody wants to go back and watch it, they had, for a moment, there was an open lane. And so, you know, a team like Joker is going to take that shot every time, and they're probably going to hit it. But that's the thing. They're probably going to hit it. Kang is opting for the sure points. So even though they have that lane, they only have it for a fraction of a second. You know, if you hesitate, you're not going to hit it. Instead of, and I've noticed this throughout this entire game here, this whole series with Ethereal, that Kang has had a few opportunities where they have that momentary lane that most players are going to take that shot if they're that type, you know, if they're this level of player. Kang doesn't. They don't opt for those narrow shots because they opt for the more reliable points there, and that's sending one in off your teammate. They wait for the teammate to get into the bubble, set up for that cross pass. They'll wait for the setup before they take the shot every single time. I said it when we started. I'll say it again. Methodical. Everything Kang does is calculated, and it blows me away.
It looks so fast because, you know, it's just it's like, it looks like they're just reacting almost in some of these when you're talking about that setup pass. But it's just teamwork. They just know my guy's going to be here. I know he's going to be there quick enough. I know he's right behind me. I can give him this pass instantly, and they're going to dunk it in for 2 right away. They have the confidence to be able to go for those setup passes where maybe other teams would think, I need to take this shot. As a player, I need to get this 2 points. I can't really rely on my teammate as a pass. And that's, you know, hey, that's something you struggle in all elements of sports, right? But if the team can sort of shed that and play as a squad, you get what you get with the likes of Kangarillas. And I do think in this timeout, it's worth mentioning that we do have both streams live. So if you do want to just quickly peek over, you can always head on over to Echo Arena _VRML2 and watch another match live, Ignite versus High Voltage, although High Voltage is seemingly in a commanding lead here in the second round. Either way, action on 2 channels for you guys to be tuning into right now, and it is Saturday popping off for the VR Master League.
Popping off is right, and I've also asked you in the chat that best Kang has looked this season, and that's a great point. Kang from week to week has looked better from week to week, and I don't know what they're doing. All I can assume is they are grinding, because they have looked better every single week this season, and they're just on fire. And right now they pick this one up. They force that turnover. Still up by 6. We're not quite 5 minutes off the clock. We're not quite 5 minutes off the clock. We're not quite halfway through here. Zenith with the far side. Zenith sending that one across. It's Mad. Look at a setup. Sealable, but Sealable wasn't able to get the grab, and this one's going to bounce out. We're going to see a race for this one. Kind of a scrummy race. Looks like it will be single shot getting there. He has the lane. He's going to take a shot, and Zenith there. And that's one of those moments. Kang would not have taken that shot. I can respect the shot. Joker would have probably taken the shot. Kang would not have taken that shot. And that's that difference. That's what sets Kang apart. Strem is going to get that one in for the 2. They're up by 8.
Yeah, you're absolutely right. That was, they're down 6. A 3-pointer is going to get you right back into it. It's so tempting to go for that shot. The confidence is there. These guys can throw that disc, 18 meters a second at range, and so he goes for it. But when you're up against Kang or up against any team in this division, those do get intercepted more often than not, I would say. The stacks are usually pretty quick to react to something like that. The disc ultimately is slow in comparison to stack speed. There's a huge shutdown there, an awesome shot that gets denied as Ethereal do try and bounce back. They are in the zone of Kang. There's another block. Mad now slapping that one away as Zenith finally clears it out of the zone of Kang, and now the stack comes in. Maybe a mail slot shot coming in for 3. No, a pass, if anything. The disruption there for Ethereal. They're keeping this close here in round 2. For how long is the question, as an excellent shot there, but a block from Jiggy.
Mozzie sending that one out. They have a chain down for it. Jiggy's picking it up, playing both sides of the arena, and he hits it for the 2. That's going to be Ethereal's first goal in round 2, surprisingly enough. Cutting that Kang lead down here to 6, 8-2 on the board. Kang taking this possession with just about 3.5 minutes. And another thing you might notice, when Ethereal gets possession again, watch Kang in the bubble. It'll look like they have 2 goalies in the goal. It'll look like they're doing something you're taught not to do very, very early on when you get competitive. That aggressive chain almost gets there. Well, we'll get to that. If I see it again, I'll point it out. Zenith sitting this one does a Strem on the back line. Strem now with it. Pull Mozzie out, sends this one in, hits the elbow. Sending it up to Zenith. Zenith with the flourish, looking like Michael Jordan himself, sends it in. Hits it for the 2. They're back up by 8.
The hand transfer, you'll love to see it, and then that dunk up over top. Just some, fancy handwork there. Really nice job to get that one-on-one. Uh-oh, this seems to be a bit of a flyby from the offense of Ethereal. It's going to be an easy couple of points getting shot in there for Kangarillas. And hey, every mistake gets punished at this level. We saw the one pass that goes wide nearly resulted in an open goal 3 for Kang. The one time you miss a joust, it's going to be 3 against you. And I doubt that happens again if they're for this Ethereal team. But either way, it's Kangarillas now really piling on to their lead. 11 points with 2.5 left.
So yeah, 11 points. It's possible. That's a minimum of 4 goals there they would need. That's also with a minimum of 3 threes among those 4 goals. But it's a tall order, but possible. Sealable bag with it here, sending it in. 2 minutes now remaining on the clock. Ethereal needs to get this possession here, and they need to score right now if they want to stay in this one. But it's going to turn over again. Sealable with it, sending it to the back line. Kang going to start playing that more considered slow down game where you get a lot of passes here, a lot of slow passes. They're not going to be too aggressive on the bubble. They're still going to go for those points. They don't need to be too aggressive. They have such a big lead here. They can run. They can afford to run that clock. But Ethereal is going to get this one cleared down. Can they make something happen here? Oh, Mad is going to get there first. Send that one away. Bouncing to that near side wall up to the ceiling. Jiggy picking it up. Jiggy sending that one across. Can hit single shot with it. Sending it down. Oh, CJ's not able to play that one. It's going to be in the hands of Mad, who gets that cleared out. Not quite, but on the way.
And Kang has been winning these rounds by a decent margin, up against Synapse and now going up against Ethereal. And it tends to focus our attention on the offense as Sealable puts on another 2. But the Kang defense today against Ethereal has really gotten to show off. They have been shutting down all kinds of really good setups and attempts from Ethereal and just making this game even harder for this Ethereal squad because, geez, they just keep applying the pressure. They keep putting good shots on goal. They just can't get anything through. And then, the few points that they are letting trickle through, they just can't answer back in time. And as I say that, a 3 does get slotted into the top corner. Ethereal's capable. They've put good shots, but the defense from Kang, for the most part, has really been on point. And it's what's led them to this second round W.
Yeah, the execution from Kangarillas is, well, it makes me jealous. I'm gonna be real. I want to play for Kang. I want to be on Kang's team. Kang, recruit me, please. I'll leave VRML. I'll just join you guys. It'll be just all Dimwi and Kang, right? Venom, hook me up, man. Mozzie sending this one in, gonna bounce up to the ceiling. Jiggy getting there. What a stop by Sealable bag there, getting the grab. We're gonna count down to the end of this one here. Kangaroo is gonna take this one in round 2, 15-5, and I will say it here right now. Eclipse outdated, Joker overrated, long have we waited, Season 3 Kang activated.
Oh gosh. Hey, I'll tell you, they certainly are activated. This Kang team today looked very good. They went up against Synapse, who had just come off of a series win, and shut them down in 2 rounds. They then come up against Ethereal, maybe a bit of an unknown in their minds, not sure what they're going to get going up against them, and put on a good show despite an early bit of aggression from Ethereal to come back and secure another 2 points, 16-4, 15-5. And how they did it, just with commanding passing, solid defense, and just stack aggression. Like you said, this team is the full package. They are consistent across the board, and it really showed today in their series.
It really did. And, I'd been calling for a while that the Joker Spaghetti game was going to be the game of the cycle of the season. And I do maintain that that is going to be, but I think we have a big three-way here going, and Kangarillas versus Joker, I think it's still going to be at the top, especially after what we've seen over the last few weeks here from Kang. This team is just on fire. I mean, absolutely on fire. And those three are just gonna. I think those are, you know, maybe, hopefully, you know, we'll see some more pushing up at the top. But these three right now are just so incredible. And in particular, Kang and Joker are just. It's a theme we've seen it. A story we've heard a million times before. And we're gonna hear it a couple million times more. Kang and Joker. Can't wait to see it. But that was Kang and Ethereal. And yeah, I don't know. I have not much else to say about this one.
I think I could be wrong, and maybe the production can buzz me in on it, but I think we're done for us here on VRML 1 in terms of master tier games. I'm looking now on ML2, and I am seeing Palidore preparing for another game. Do we have another one here?
No, we don't have another one here, but what we're going to do, because that Aurora, still undefeated. They are at the top of the ladder. They are number 11. I'm calling them a shoo-in for master tier in Cycle 3. Here's what we're going to do. Don't go anywhere. I'm going to send you guys over there. You don't have to go. I'm going to send you there myself. We're going to raid Channel 2 here. Aurora and Gen Z, that's going to be a matchup to watch. Gen Z has been doing phenomenal this season. Aurora, like I said, still undefeated. I got to find my stream manager. There it is. So I'll get this raid set up here right now for you guys. Before we go, NightFiree, you want to leave them with anything?
Fun Saturday night. This is what VRML has been delivering this season every weekend. It has been consistently incredible to tune into. If you're new here, hit the follow button. We do appreciate all of the new followers that have been trickling in. If you got friends, family, cue them in to this Twitch channel. Also, head on over to our YouTube and check out the Echo Arena VRML YouTube channel. It has been growing significantly. We have been putting in interviews. We've been putting in highlight reels on top of all of the games that get broadcast are also loaded there. It's the #1 spot to get all of your VRML footage. If you can't catch these live broadcasts, I definitely recommend going and subbing to the Echo Arena VRML over on YouTube. And last but not least, thank you for all tuning in and subbing.
So for VRML, I've been SirDimwi. That was the one and only NightFiree with 2 E's. So much for subtlety on the camera. You just watched Kangarillas versus Ethereal. We thank you very much for watching. You have a wonderful evening. I'm going to see you guys over on Channel 2.
Season 3 of VRML Echo Arena is brought to you by HyperX, Rebuff Reality, Asterion Products, ProTube VR, VR Cover, Fixed Gaming, and VRware.net.